Hey, welcome back to Too Long Didn't Care. I'm your host, Coy Mack, and today we're going to be talking about the rally in silver because the mainstream media is lying to you and nobody cares. Hey, welcome back, guys, to Too Long Didn't Care. I'm your host, Coy Mack, and today we've got a couple things I want to cover. First is the Biden White House warns Myanmar military that U.S. will take action after their coup. If you don't know what's happening, Myanmar, or formerly known as Burma, had a military coup last night, I believe it was. And they arrested the civilian democratic leaders and locked them up and took over. That's what happened. And I don't know about you, but I'm kind of sick of it. We don't need another war because this is what it inevitably alludes to. It's the same thing that happened under Obama, is that we start getting into these wars without actually being in war. We'll start sending military aid to them. We'll bomb them. What are you going to do, Joe Biden? What are you going to give Myanmar that they need? Are we just going to get some moderate rebels to help? Like, how are we going to do that? How are we going to help them? Because as far as I know, yes, the former leader of this nation, I would say, what was her name? Something Aang. Anyway, so Aang was the darling of everybody in the international community. Even had as a Nobel Peace Prize for her stuff, but came under pressure last couple of years because of the military's treatment of the country with the minority Muslims there, which they even considered to be genocide. So either we pick the genocidal leader who is suppressing minority Muslims, or we pick the military leadership that is going to oppress the same Muslims. It's a bad choice either way we go. Like, where's the good side to this? And what does America get out of putting our noses in this? Why are we becoming the world police always, every time something like this happens? You're going to give sanctions? What are you going to do? Honestly, like, what good is it going to do the American people at this point? It's not going to do anything for me. It's not going to do anything for you, especially with you axing the pipeline and killing thousands of jobs and then telling them, learn to code. Because all of these people can just get up and make new jobs out of nowhere. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand where this administration is going with this. There's one thing I can not condemn them on, but praise them for, is the federal prisons being removed. That's cool. I mean, the private prisons, not the federal prisons, but the private prisons. They're something that should have been addressed a long time ago, and I'm glad they're doing it. But at the same time, don't get us involved in stupid wars. Now, moving on, before we move on to the next thing, I want to make sure you guys are going over to the Hooch page and liking, subscribing to our YouTube channel as well. Give us a like, give us a share so that we can get through the feeds. As well as head over to minds.com and check us out on there. It's an alternative to Facebook. It's a little more centrist leaning. It's not the same as like MeWe. It's not the same as Parler. It's different. It's a little bit different in the way that they handle their reports. So if somebody reports you for something, it actually goes through a jury of peers. It's not something that's centralized. So it's kind of good in that regard. It's a lot more free in that way, but it's a good alternative in case, Facebook decides to crack down on everybody. So moving on, we have to talk about the elephant in the room today, which is silver. Silver is up, or is it? That's the question. So right now, mainstream media is telling everybody that Wall Street Bets Reddit is going after silver. Truth is, it's not, though. That's the problem. The media is making a concerted effort to work with the hedge fund billionaires and the Wall Street guys to help themselves. Citadel, mind you, owns a significant portion of silver and precious metals, and they need to make their money back after losing hardcore to the Redditors. And it's really weird because, like, you look at it, it's not just one outlet. It's Reuters, it's AP, it's Bloomberg, it's USA Today, and all the others are piling in on top of themselves to get people to move to silver. Don't. It is a lie. They are not going after silver. It's an absolute lie. This is a media thing where they say they have sources saying that they're moving that way, but they're not. All you have to do is head over to the subreddit yourself and look. They even say that they are not going. They're not doing it. We're not, plain and simple. Anyone who frequents Wall Street bets knows this. This means whatever media source is indicating that this to be the case is a sellout, and their credibility should be seriously in question, since they either, one, do not do their due diligence, or two, they're okay with getting their strings pulled and used by tools by the wealthy and manipulate the masses. And that's absolutely true. We're getting manipulated. It was the same thing with the Dogecoin a couple of days ago. They are trying to push everybody out of GameStop. And that's what's happening in the Wall Street Bets forum right now, is they're telling everybody to hold the positions. Hold your positions now, because they are working. Do not dump GameStop for silver, because they're lying to you. They're lying to all of us. So don't do it. Just don't. Keep going. Keep hard at it. It's just beyond me how much everything this year has changed. Like, there is so many things that have gone on from the Capitol riots to now. It's just a continuation of 2020. Welcome to 2020.1. And another thing that you should know with this whole bit is that our current Treasury Secretary made $7 million from speaking to different Wall Street for speaking fees, including Citadel Capital, which is the one that has a big supplier, a big customer to Robinhood, and which is why they shut it down. And also the fact that Nancy Pelosi also bought, what was it, $1.5 million in stocks with Tesla right before Joe Biden put into executive order that they were switching all of the federal vehicles to electric. This stuff's happening right before your eyes. The face is completely fallen off from these crooks. They're out there making their money while you were suffering and taking your jobs away. And then now about to get us into another war that we don't need. Anyway, I'll keep looking out for the rest of the week for top stories that we should cover. And sorry that we haven't done the Hooch podcast. Michael is sick with COVID-19. We'll get back as soon as we can. But until then, I'll see you next time.
According to your Facebook page, we aren't friends.